Food pairings to keep you healthy. Bananas and yogurt. This is an excellent snack to eat after playing sports. Combining the potassium in bananas with the protein in yogurt helps make our muscles stronger. Some other potassium-rich foods are avocados, sweet potatoes, and coconut water. You can also find protein in almonds, fish, meat, and tofu. Eating foods from any of these groups together will help you get stronger and recover from exercise. Eggs and cheese. Our bodies need vitamin D to absorb calcium. We need calcium because it makes our bones strong. Many dairy foods such as cheese and yogurt contain calcium. Although egg yolks are a good source of vitamin D, not many other foods contain vitamin D naturally. Because of this, many brands of milk and cereal have vitamin D added to them. Some other food sources of vitamin D are beef liver and certain types of fish. You might try some of your own interesting flavor pairings now. Remember to eat a balanced diet and a variety of healthy foods. Bon appétit!
Hello everyone, welcome to English for You. I'm Mike.
I'm Shikli.
It is day 2 of our look at interesting and healthful. I guess I can say healthful.
Okay.
Right? Because these food pairings are full of good stuff, full of health. They will make you healthy because they are healthful. That's a word. That's a real word. And yeah, we're talking about food combinations that you might not think of, but actually when you put them together, not only will they taste really good, but the food pairings with the science, with like vitamins and iron and all that stuff, they work really well together in that way as well.
Oh.
So things you might want to try to work into your normal diet, and you might find all sorts of wonderful benefits from tasty food to a healthier body. So I think we should keep going because we have some really good combos for you guys today. Yesterday, what did we have? We had spinach and tomatoes, which go very well. And I guess if you throw in some eggs, that might be good too.
Very good.
Very good combination. So let's look at another one. This one's maybe not quite so surprising. Bananas and yogurt.
Oh, I have that every day almost.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing to have. Right? People often put their bananas and their yogurt together. You might put in some other things like some honey if you like it extra sweet. Who knows? Blueberries, a wonderful thing to have with your yogurt. So yeah, there you go. That's a pretty normal combination. Bananas and yogurt. It says this is an excellent snack to eat after playing sports.
Oh.
Now that's something I wouldn't have thought of. I would eat that for breakfast, but after you play sports, you can eat that.
Okay, 所以就是 yogurt 就是 yogurt 嘛，那香蕉跟 yogurt 运动完吃这个很棒哦。And why is that?
It says combining the potassium in bananas with the protein in yogurt helps make our muscles stronger. So these again are things inside the foods when we talk about how they're made, from the chemicals that they're made from. Bananas are famous for having lots of potassium, which is good for your heart, I think, right? And protein is in yogurt, like there's a lot of protein in things made from milk. And of course, yogurt is an example of that. So there you go.
Okay, 所以 potassium 就是钾嘛，那 protein 就是蛋白质，所以我们现在常常说那个高蛋白就是 protein shake， 你通常就是 you drink it after you work out.
Right.
Yeah， 所以在香蕉中的钾呀，或者是优格中的蛋白质结合起来，就可以增强我们的肌肉。
Yeah, it kind of helps your muscles recover, right? So there you go. Yogurt and bananas. But I would say if you're going to the park on this hot summer day
don't bring
to play basketball with your friends for 2 hours, don't just leave your yogurt and bananas there.
Yeah.
It's going to be cheese and bananas by the end of your basketball game. Leave it in the fridge. Yogurt should be kept in the fridge before you eat it. Okay, so let's look at some other things that if you don't like bananas, and then some people don't, what else can you get potassium from? It says some other potassium-rich foods are avocados, sweet potatoes, and coconut water. Really, coconut water? Coconut water is amazing.
Yeah.
You can use it instead of blood.
Really?
Yeah. in World War II. Instead of, that IV stuff, in World War II, they did actually do that because it's got sugar in it and it won't kill you.
And it tastes good.
And it tastes good. A lot of people love it. That's one nice thing about living in Taiwan. We can go to the 7-Eleven and get those little things of coconut water. And it's got potassium, so who knew? What is a coconut? A coconut is it's a coconut. It's a cocoa nut. It's the nut from the coconut palm. A coconut palm is a big tree, and it's got a long stalk that's kind of bent, and those kind of leafy leaves, big leaves at the top. We often see them.
It looks kind of like 槟榔.
Does it?
树, 槟榔 tree. Don't you think?
Okay. We often see them on beaches, right? And there's a big brown fruit underneath. That's the coconut. It's got kind of this tough hair on it and a green skin. You rip all that stuff off and cut into it, and you got this nice white flesh, white meat on the inside, and a milky kind of liquid in there, and it's very tasty, and people like to use it in all sorts of ways, from making tasty drinks to using coconut in baking. Coconut is very good and also healthy. For example, the day after the storm, the beach was covered in coconuts, which had fallen from the trees.
I hope nobody was down there.
No, hopefully not. It was a big storm, so you don't want to be down there.
Yeah, so avocado 就是酪梨，这些都可以有钾的成分哦。Coconut 也是，所以像 coconut oil, I like it so much. 就是椰子油。所以比如说 cooking with coconut oil in place of other oils has become increasingly trendy in recent years.
Okay, coconut butter too, right?
Yeah, 真的什么都是跟椰子有关啦。
A little expensive though.
A little
I
bit,
think, right? Yeah.
But it tastes really good.
And it's on like low fat too, right? So very healthy and good for you. So that's your potassium. You can get it from avocados and coconuts and other things. What about the protein? You can also find protein, which you would get from yogurt, in almonds, fish, meat, and tofu, along with many other things made from milk.
Okay.
Eating foods from any of these groups together will help you get stronger and recover from exercise. So there you go. You can have some nice fish with a bit of coconut. That would be good too.
好吃.
All right, we're going to talk about almonds because they were in that list of high protein foods. Yes, almonds, we mentioned on that list there. An almond is a kind of nut. It's a nut that you can eat. Like all nuts, it grows on a tree. Like most nuts, it has a hard shell. The hard shell is usually a light brown color. And once you open that, you have the almond inside. It's more of a darker brown color. You can eat it just like any nuts, people just snack on them. Or sometimes they cut them up and they use them in cooking. You might find almonds decorating the top of a cake or a cookie or something like that. They're quite good for you. They're very popular, a little bit expensive. The only thing I don't like about almonds is they take a lot of water to grow and farm. In California, they grow a lot of almonds, and I've heard that they use a lot of water. So maybe we shouldn't be eating quite so many almonds because it's not really super good for this earth that's getting drier, but they do taste good. The example sentence says, Olive puts almonds, raisins, and a few drops of honey into her yogurt for breakfast. Not a bad combination, Olive. Maybe put in some potassium.
OK, 所以我们刚刚讲到的字 almond 就是杏仁，所以 almond milk, do you like it? Almond butter, do you like it? I do. Love them both.
I don't know if I've had almond butter, but almond milk, yeah.
Yeah, almond butter is good.
Okay.
So you can use sliced bananas, 香蕉片, or blueberries as your toppings for almond butter toast.
Ooh, that does sound good. We should mention, this is important, the L in almond is kind of a silent L, all right? So it's not like almost. It's not almond.
Almond.
It's more of an AU, like August, almond. It's more of that kind of sound. So yeah, you don't need to say almond. That would be wrong. All right, back to the article. Eggs and cheese. This goes well together. I think a lot of people.
They're not surprising.
No, not too surprising. A lot of your breakfast foods, right, might combine eggs with cheese. But why is that? We know it tastes good, but what else is good? It says our bodies need vitamin D. There's another vitamin. Our bodies need vitamin D to absorb calcium. We need calcium because it makes our bones strong. Yes, absolutely. Calcium, which we, of course, get from milk and many other places, is important for bones. And as you get older, your bones get more weaker, and especially for women. I think it happens more for women.
So you should exercise too.
as they get older. So calcium is always good to have in your body. Not too much, but it's also good. And if you have something with vitamin D, that means your body will take in more of the calcium that's in the food. So they're kind of working together to supercharge each other.
And just so you know, I think the calcium here has that L sound. So it's quite different from almond, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
it's not calcium. It's calcium.
Sounds like a person's name if you say calcium. Yes, calcium. 所以是钙。那我们来赶快看一下今天的 language and focus。我们来看一下今天的 because 跟 because of。那我们直接看句子好不好？我们先讲一个很简单的，反正 because of 后面就是放个名词 ，because 后面我们放句子，就这样记就好了。好，不要看太多的中文了，你们会搞混的。我们再看句子，第一个 ，because she was afraid to speak in front of a large group, she was rooted to her seat。好哦，那你也可以把它那个翻过来，所以变成 She was rooted to her seat because she was afraid to speak in front of a large group， 直接把它倒反就好了。那如果今天后面要放名词呢，我们可以造一个句子 ：The company went bankrupt because of its poor management。因为 poor management 这个很不好的管理是名词，所以我们要放在 because of 后面。
Okay, so what was the other part of that combination? Vitamin D and, calcium. We mentioned calcium. You guys probably know this one. Many dairy foods, such as cheese and yogurt, contain calcium. That's right, dairy foods. What is dairy? Of or coming from milk. That's basically it. It's cow juice, and it's got lots of calcium in it, and we use milk, not cow juice. That's not the term. We use milk to make butter, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, all of this kind of stuff. I would say it's probably better to get your calcium from yogurt or cheese than from ice cream, because it's got a lot of sugar. But if it's made from milk, it's a dairy product, and all dairy products have calcium because they're all made from milk. Here's Devin in our example sentence. Poor Devin. Devin can't eat dairy foods. They make his stomach upset.
Oh, yeah.
He is lactose intolerant.
Yeah, 对，这就是那个叫乳糖不耐症。好 ，so dairy 呢就是乳制品的。那 don't get confused with diary, OK?
No, not diary products.
日记是 diary, OK? 那 dairy 是奶制品哦，奶制品就是 dairy products。比如说 dairy products may provoke allergic reactions in some people.
True.
就像刚刚那个人一样 just like the person we talked about.
There you go. Some people just can't handle it. Can't handle foods that contain dairy. To contain something is to have something inside or to be a part of it. When we're talking about foods, I might present you with a cake, and you might want to know what I use to make that cake, right? Are there eggs in there? Are there nuts in there? Because some people can't eat nuts. So does this cake contain nuts? In other words, are there nuts inside? Did you use nuts as one of the foods that you put in there and combined together and baked into a lovely cake? So if something contains something, it's either inside it or a part of it. For example, did you know that many kinds of toothpaste contain seaweed?
No, I didn't.
They do.
Okay.
But don't worry, it's just to kind of make it gooey.
OK, 好。所以 seaweed 就是海草啦。好，那 contain 就是包含哦。比如说 ，this brand of canned food does not contain artificial coloring.
Oh, okay.
That's good, right?
That is good. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's healthier. Back to the article. Although egg yolks are a good source of vitamin D, not many other foods contain vitamin D naturally. Oh, I did not know that. So there you go. Egg yolks are a good source of vitamin D. What is a yolk? Well, think about an egg. If you crack an egg, there are sort of two parts and two colors that you'll see. There's the sort of clear part around the outside that turns white when you cook it, and then in the middle there's that nice round sunny shape, that orange part, that is the yolk. And I think there's generally more healthy stuff in the yolk than in the other stuff. I think the white stuff is called albumin. Which is a
Was
weird...
that English?
Yeah, but we usually just call it egg white.
Yeah, I say egg white.
Albumen is a weird word, but the yolk is the yellow part on the inside.
Okay.
And of course, when you scramble your eggs, you kind of break the yolk and mix it all up together. But the yolk is the orange part in the middle of the egg. For example, hey, look, this egg I just cracked has 2 yolks in it. All right, so the source, we were talking about egg yolks being a source of vitamin D, I believe it was. A source is where something comes from or where you can get something from, all right? So if you hear a weird sound, you might say, what is the source of that sound? Where is that sound coming from? Or if you're talking about a thing that you're, getting in the earth, you might talk about the source of gold. Where do we get the gold from? Or something like that. That's where it comes from, or that's where we go to find it or to get it. For example, blueberries are a good source of vitamin C, vitamin K, manganese, and potassium. Yum, yum.
我们来看一下 source 这个单字。OK, source 就是来源，所以 a source of something 就是什么东西的来源嘛。所以如果是热源 source of energy， 能源啦，能源。那如果是热源就是 source of heat。那我们可以讲 imagination is the source of creation。所以呢，尽管蛋黄是维他命 D 非常好的来源，但很少有其他食物是本身含有维他命 D 的。
So this is interesting with vitamin D making your body better at absorbing calcium. The cool thing is that already food scientists have done a little bit of the work for us. You can make these combinations, of course, by choosing the right foods. But here's the good news. Because of this, many brands of milk and cereal have vitamin D added to them. So they've already put the vitamin D in your milk, which of course has calcium because it comes from a cow. So that makes the calcium more easily absorbed. Or cereal, which makes sense because people pour milk on their cereal. So there you go. That's a good thing. Some other food sources of vitamin D are beef liver and certain types of fish.
Oh, okay.
So next time you order some sushi, just pour some milk over top of that. A nice big bowl of milky sashimi.
I hope it tastes good.
No, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Okay, if you want to get sick, do that. Okay, 所以正因为如此呢，许多品牌的牛奶啊、麦片其实都是有维生素 D 的哦。那还有一些食物来源，像是牛肝或者某些类型的鱼，都有维生素 D。
All right, so back to the article. You might try some of your own interesting flavor pairings now. Remember to eat a balanced diet and a variety of healthy foods. Bon appetit.
Okay. OK， 好好享用 I will。所以你现在可以尝试一些喜欢自己有趣风味搭配，别忘了均衡饮食。I'm gonna go have some strawberry jam with eggs. Bye.
That sounds like a good idea. All right, guys, take care of yourselves and your body and eat all sorts of interesting food because it's good for you and it tastes good and it might make your body really happy. But we have a chat question. What will you add to your diet now that you know about foods that make our bodies stronger?
I already have a very, very healthy diet.
You do have a pretty healthy diet. Yeah, that's true.
So I think I maybe add more oil because I don't really eat a lot of oil.
What kind of oil?
Coconut oil.
More. Coconut oil.
More.
Okay, good. Olive oil.
Yeah,
also
maybe
good.
For my salad.
Okay, good. Just avoid all that.
Instead of ranch.
No, ranch is not good for it. And also, I learned do not buy the low-fat salad dressing.
Why?
Because low-fat salad dressing can make it hard to absorb vitamins.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so don't forget about that.
Yeah. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Bye.
Be healthy.
Vocabulary Review.
Coconut. Make a hole in the hard shell of a coconut and you can drink the sweet water inside. Almond. Almonds are Peter's favorite kind of nut. He can eat a whole bag of them in one day. Dairy. Bella gets sick after eating dairy products, so she can't have cheese or milk. Contain. This soap contains many bad chemicals, so using it will make your skin feel dry and uncomfortable. Yolk. When I make my breakfast, I like to cook eggs until the yolks are hard. Source. While Peter was writing his paper, He was careful to list all of his sources.
智慧小补帖
Yogurt, Potassium, Protein, Avocado, Calcium,